So won't you be my chauffeur? I want him to drive me. I want him to drive me downtown. 'Cause when he drives so easy, I can't turn him down. But I don't want him. No, I don't want him to be driving them girls, to be driving them girls around.
You want to wear a tinfoil hat.
And I'm gonna steal me a pistol, shoot my
We can denounce it.
shoulder out.
Only titanium really works. Well, I don't think, we certainly can't be called on to hello, Justin. Okay, you're watching my TV show, aren't you? No, I'm playing the other one. But I have yours at the place. I've been meaning to get that back to you. How are you doing, Justin? This in the bowl. This looks yummy. Okay, look. It's a cup. Okay. Here's what's in the bowl. All right. Can you see this thing? It's my co-host. Well, come bring in the tinfoil hat and wear the t-shirt. We've been waiting for you. You can stop and get some tinfoil on your way here. There you go. Today, who all's going to be? I don't know. Are you? Look, they seem to be up to something. These two. Well, are you going to be on the show today? They really do stop at the same time, don't they? Yeah. All right. All right. Well, come. Bring some tinfoil for our friend and wear the t-shirt. Bye. They always do. Oh, usually they do. Anyway, that's odd because they last different periods. One of them goes a lot longer than the other one.
Well, what t-shirt?
Yes, he stayed drunk all the
Yeah,
time.
that's
Well, he's a whiskey-headed man.
all
Yes,
right.
he
That was the
stayed
last
drunk
show.
all the time.
Not all of our tinfoil hats. About the 9/11 cover.
Well, if he don't stop
9/11
drinking,
cover up of
I
tinfoil hats.
believe he's
Well, they called it
gonna
tinfoil.
lose his mind.
Oh,
We don't wear tinfoil hats. They denied that they wore tinfoil hats.
Well, every
not
time I
tinfoil
see that man, he's in
Well,
some
we're going to
whiskey
deny
joint,
wearing a tinfoil hat.
slip
I'm
around
thinking
the
about wearing a
corner.
tinfoil hat.
trying to get another apple pie.
Yeah.
Well, he's a whiskey-headed man.
Somebody's got to do it.
Yes, he stayed drunk all the time.
It's gotten too stigmatizing to it.
Well, if he don't stop drinking, I believe he gonna lose his mind.
That's pretty much why I call myself a communist for a while. That was really fun.
Well, every time I see that man walking up and down the
No,
street
because I wanted, because it was so
driving, driving and
stigmatized. I
talking.
liked it.
with everyone he meets, well, he's
Did you,
a
did you coin
whiskey-headed
the word?
man. Yes, he stayed drunk all the time.
Did you? Yeah, you
Well,
did you
if he
coin
don't stop drinking, I believe he gonna
shed?
lose his
No,
mind.
no, that's just been established a long time. They talk about protecting the viewshed from the Blue Ridge Parkway. It's derived from watershed.
Yeah.
Watershed is everywhere that rain falls and goes to a particular point.
Right. So
And a viewshed is everything you can see from a particular point. Everything affecting your view.
Yeah.
And see, watersheds have real environmental, ecological significance. The view sheds don't.
Yeah, he's a
There's
whiskey
no
headed
significant
man.
ecological significance to a view shed.
Yeah,
It's
he
just
stay drunk all
people's
the
aesthetic.
time.
And it's not aesthetics of any other animal. It's not deer's aesthetic.
Well, he's a
It's not
whiskey
spotted
headed
owls.
man.
And you're saying aesthetics
It's
are
a
not,
human
not,
aesthetic.
not
Yes, he
important.
stay
Yeah.
drunk all the time.
I think view sheds aren't real.
Well, if he
Aren't a real
don't stop
environment.
drinking, I believe he gonna lose his mind.
It's completely fake. Yeah, it's a fake environmental concept.
Well, every time I see that man, he's in some whiskey joint. He's trying to make a bet,
And the same as
trying to get another half a pint. Well, he's a whiskey-headed man. Yes, he stay drunk all the time.
What you can do is if you make 2 pots, you can start with 2, and then on the second pot you add a third.
Well, if he don't stop drinking, I believe he gonna lose his mind.
Oh, we have so many things to put out. Oh yeah, this is over there. All right. I was a little late getting here today, a little late getting set up. 1923 was backed up for as far as you could see. Let's see.
That's another reason they go up against the city is that they're talking about these secret PR people that controlling everybody, what everybody thinks, and controlling the mass media.
Yeah.
When you go up against the city, you don't have that. You're not up against the CIA.
No?
The CIA isn't backing the Asheville establishment to any significant degree.
You don't think so?
Well, they're not. At least they're not putting a priority on it.
Well,
And so you're not up against the big boys.
so you're aware of the CIA's priorities?
Yeah,
Oh.
they're federal priorities. They're
I see.
global priorities. So if you're in the local arena, you're under their radar.
Well, do you know whether or not the CIA has an office here in Asheville?
There was something. No, I really don't know.
Well, that would be I would say that would be the first step toward making a determination of their how interested they would be.
Right.
Have we struck a chord?
But if they did have an office in Asheville, then
do
you could
have
always
an
work and you could always deal with Weaverville or something.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that they have priorities of Asheville are high enough to say send an agent here to keep would they have
To
a
keep
permanent
tabs on us,
employee
right.
here in this town? What do you think?
They might. I mean, they have the weather data place, and there's all the global.
They do
warming.
have that, and that's national. That's the biggest weather thing in the country, and I'm glad
That's
we
the
have
main
that
thing
here.
they got here.
A long time I never knew that was here. I'm quite proud of it and glad to have it here.
Yeah, the interesting I found out is this is a training ground for the CIA and
What?
FBI agents.
No, you're kidding me.
Oh,
You mean this is a special? You mean Asheville is a special place for the CIA?
It's one of the training grounds. In fact, I've
Do
had.
they have special interest in this area?
I would say so.
Oh
Yeah.
my. Well, he says not. He says not.
No, I said I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But okay, I made an assumption not because you want to go, you want to stay under their radar. I think you have a better shot if you're under their radar, and you have a, you have a, and what's under their radar is usually the local, cities and municipal and county governments rather than
See,
the
that's
federal
where they
government.
work. I mean, it's from. It's like a circus. The most honorable place is where you work.
Sometimes it's surprising what municipalities they're interested in. It's very amazing. They're very interested in Bible colleges.
Right, but we want to be interested in places where they're not interested. That's the basic theory is that if the place that they're not interested in, that's the place I want to be interested in.
I got you.
I'm interested in the place that they aren't.
In other words, you
and
like to stay
figuring
as
out where to
far
be.
away from them as possible.
Well, I want to develop politics as far away from them as possible. Yeah,
So they leave you alone.
they leave me alone and they leave my movement alone.
All right.
Yeah, but
My
they're not,
cause-
And you know
they're
that-
not going to leave your movement alone, and I guarantee any movements that are started, they always try to infiltrate.
All right. Well, that's one of the themes for today's show. Today's show is developing themes already, and one of the themes that is being developed is the Blue Ridge Autonomous Zone. is a theme for today's show. This was put a proposal for the future by King John Robinson, provincial coordinator, Blue Ridge Independence Committee.
Oh, you know what? I got that off the secession. I'm on the secession Yahoo group. Secession@yahoogroups.com. Yeah, and that's he posted that there.
Did he? All right, and what else is there?
I argued with him actually about it. I don't think it's viable. I thought that secessionists, Blue Ridge secessionists, their best bet is to move out of the Blue Ridge to another place that they select for secession. That might be Puerto Rico or Texas or
I don't think
Seattle.
Texas will ever secede from the Union.
But they should move to if you're a secessionist and you live here.
Well, North Carolina did it once.
You should move. Not alone. It's South.
No,
It started
not
in South
alone.
Carolina.
Yeah, but the only problem.
Started in South Carolina, and
South
yeah, you can move to
Carolina?
South Carolina if you're like a Dixie secessionist. Yeah, you could move to South Carolina.
Okay, but what are the South Carolinians? What if they don't want to secede from the
South
Union?
Carolinians?
Or something?
Well, they do more of a higher percentage of South Carolinians are secessionists than North Carolinians.
South Carolinians and North Carolinians.
Well, I just
Yeah,
corrected
potatoes
myself.
and potatoes?
I corrected myself. South Carolinians have a higher percentage of secessionists than North Carolinians. So if you're a secessionist, you should move to South Carolina, where the highest percentage is.
John, I'm returning some of your DVDs.
Thank you. Did you
And that's what I told him.
I hope
Maybe
you
in a
did.
bit. I will.
Thank you so much.
It's a long show today. So
What is this one? Oh, David Conner Jones. Okay.
Yeah, no, we can keep that one if we want. That-
No,
that's a pretty
I'm
good
not.
one.
I'm
Unless you
kind of a
want that.
secessionist, but I'm not a
We've got-
Dixie
we've got
secessionist.
this-
I'm a.
Yeah.
You can always borrow it again if you really
Okay.
need it. And there've been several copies.
I'd be more interested in like a
There've been
Hawaii
several copies
secession,
made.
and there is a Hawaii secession movement. But if I moved to Hawaii, I could be part of the Hawaii secession movement.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Hawaii and Alaska. I'm told are
But
always
the key to
seceding.
this, making this the art of the possible, is mobility. Is that you attract everybody in the country from your philosophy to move to a particular place that's small enough so that you build the majority.
Okay, but turn around now. What if you end up with, say, enough people to fill 10 states? Why not just, instead of all of them leaving their states, why don't we just have them secede from the Union? Which is something I do see in the future of happening, because if the way things are going, I
Well, because we
believe
don't.
that our country will fragment into feudal states, like King who?
King John L. Robinson.
Okay.
But we don't. We don't have enough people to fill 10 states. That's the really core activist mistake, is to think we have enough people to fill 10 states, and we don't have enough people to fill 10 states.
No, we have enough people to complain, but to get them to action is another story.
Now, have you noticed that all your cups match?
Yeah,
Isn't that nice?
that is nice.
See how fancy we are? I mean, that's hardcore fancy there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the music you got going on over there.
And the activists are mobile enough to do that. And you can see that they're mobile by the fact that they do national protest. They can all move, they can all go to DC. They just don't go to DC long enough to vote in DC. And DC is a bad place anyway because it's controlled by the feds.
Well, all the states are controlled by the feds.
Not as much
Well,
as
as bad as
DC.
Asheville.
DC might be secessionist. DC has a very radicalized populace. They have Marion Barry, and they refuse. They have the airport controversy where they won't name the airport after Reagan, and so the subway stops don't just say National Airport. They don't say Reagan National Airport. So DC would be a great place, except that it's not. It's under federal control.
Well, and it's also not a state. It's hard to.
Right.
DC is a.
Well, it's not. It doesn't. Even the city doesn't have the autonomy that other cities have. Because Congress, Marion Barry couldn't control D.C.
Yeah, but
the way they wanted to control
Okay,
D.C.
let's say all the secessionists decided, okay, we're going to go to South Carolina. Do you
Yep.
think the federal government would not move out the militia? I mean, not the militia, the National Guard to stop it?
No, not if it was done legally.
Especially-
No, it wouldn't.
Especially, you'd have to be announcing all over the country which state for everybody to come
No, what
to
do it
secede
legal?
from.
What is the problem?
You have the right to move to South Carolina.
Yeah.
To legally secede.
Well, I don't know if we can because
What is the legal?
I don't know the ins and outs of it, but it's
Process.
still there. You have the state legislature declare secession, and then the Congress decides whether to fight it or not.
All right.
which usually would be to fight it.
It might be to fight it, but it depends. I mean, you don't have slavery anymore. They need a
Yeah.
cause. They need a cause to recruit people, and they might, and they.
Yeah, but at the same time,
And
okay,
if you're not holding slaves, they won't have it.
yeah, but it's at the same time. Let's say I had 50 slaves, and one slave decides to leave, and I let him leave. Now, do you think that another slave might go, "Oh, gee, he let him leave. Why don't I leave?"
Yeah.
So if let's say North Carolina.
So what's that
decides
teach you?
to-
Don't let your slaves leave, right?
That's right. I mean, that's what it's all about as far as the Civil War was about. It was about federal rights over state rights, and the feds were saying, "No, you don't have the right to secede from the Union."
Well, they were doing something morally outrageous, and it gave them an excuse.
And we're the slaves.
And we
they
just,
weren't letting us
all we
leave.
have to do is not do something morally outrageous.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't, like I said, it's like if I can, if well, the analogy is, it can be beat. If one slave leaves, it's gonna, and nothing happens to them, it's gonna make everyone else feel that they can leave also. And if they don't like how many states, if one state was allowed to secede from the Union right now, how many states would follow suit?
Oh, you're comparing the states to the slaves. Okay.
Here we are.
I don't know.
Look at
Well,
this.
you just mentioned Hawaii, Alaska. Oh,
What's
Alaska's
going on?
got all that oil.
We got TV.
You think Bush would let Alaska with all that oil secede from the Union?
I don't know. I mean, that's what's left to guess. But it's the only way I see is to do it in a way that's stepwise, where the next step is a possible step.
Yes, I'm going to tell you something. Bush would let Alaska secede from the Union under one condition, and that is if he couldn't stop them.
That's it.
If he couldn't stop them, yes, he'd let them do it.
Well, by the time we get this done, it won't be Bush anymore anyway.
Well,
It might be McCain or Romney or something, but
Really?
it won't be Bush.
well, do we have a guarantee on that? Right now, our country's in the most dangerous time it's ever been in the history of its freedom. Because right now, Bush could cancel the election by saying that a possible terrorist attack could happen at the election.
He could say he could cancel the election. You know how come? Because terrorists are trying to
Secede
secede.
from the Union.
Right. That would be enough to cancel the election right there.
And then let's say Bush allows the election to go through. Now, that means in November we have a president-elect. Well, guess what? Bush is still in power until that president-elect 2 months later takes oath of office. Okay? So let's say within that 2 month period of time, Bush decides, well, gee, you know what? I don't want to give up power. All he has to do is say, it used to be FEMA, but now all he has to say is to Homeland Security, establish martial law. He didn't have to justify it. He has no reason. He didn't have to give any reason. Never had to give any reason to FEMA. He just has the power. He's the boss over FEMA, which now is under Homeland Security. And Homeland Security is directly under the president. And Homeland Security has no control by Congress. In fact, with the way Bush has restructured the government, it's President, Homeland Security, then Congress. So Homeland Security is even over Congress right now. And all Bush has to do is just say, hey, I've decided martial law. And he becomes King Bush.
Yeah, but all
That
that
is your 420 alarm going off.
stuff's just too big for us.
As individuals?
Yeah.
It's replacing the.
Even collectively.
No. Collectively,
Collectively, it's still too big for us.
Oh, it's time.
and collectively, our greatest voice is in our dollar. Congressmen are not going to listen to our votes, but they'll sure listen to where we spend our money, or
That's
if we
right.
spend our money. You think
That's right, boys.
But we
and
don't have enough
girls.
dollars to. I mean,
It's
it's too
time
big for our dollars.
For a
We don't have
new
enough dollars
420
to-
roll. What you've all been waiting for to see the new 420 roll.
I mean, I buy Chinese because Chinese do overpopulation stuff.
Here it is.
But
We have
with my dollars.
But see, you still buy.
But it doesn't mean I have all the dollars in the world. I don't have enough dollars to make that big a dent.
But if a million people with their money do have enough.
I don't have enough
But we're
dollars
not a
to
million
rub two
people.
nickels together.
We don't have a
Same
million
here.
people, and we don't have a million people with $1 billion. We don't have either one.
In
of them.
fact, I want to.
Which one is this? Oh, let's see.
I want to thank Gail. That's a young lady working at a restaurant yesterday for selling me
did
a
it?
meal for 57 cents because that's all I had. But thanks to the Lord working through her, I got a nice meal, hamburger,
Oh, my.
fries, and a good soda.
Here it is. Bum ba da dum, bum 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 bum. It's the new 420 roll. That's right, the brand new, what you've all been waiting for, 420 roll. Did I put the right one in?
Slow blues and G.
Yeah, this is the right one.
Can't do that, sorry. Yeah.
All right. What do you think? It's crazy, isn't it? You can't hear it.
Why can't you? You don't know where it is?
Is that G?
Yeah, that's it.
I can barely hear it.
What kind of tempo? Well, not like doggedly slow. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Big-legged woman, baby, keep your dresses down. I said, big-legged woman, child, would you please keep that dress down? 'Cause you got something, baby, would make a rabbit a hug a hound. I'm short, big legs, big legs. Big legs is all I crave. I'm crying, big legs, big legs. Big legs is all I crave. A big-legged mama can make a king-size man like me her slave. And when it's cold and wintry outside, baby, I love it when you lay them big, fat, warm legs on me. When it's cold and wintry and raining and snowing and sleeting and hailing and 10 feet deep in damn ice, I love it automobile. I want you to come along with me, pretty baby. Take a nice long leisurely ride in Mr. Wilson's convertible, custom stick shift, built-in overdrive automobile. The way you love me, darling. God damn it, woman, you don't know how you make me feel.
skateboarder. My probably be worth it.
Whoa.
All right.
If my town was majority skateboarder, the skateboarders could vote right in.
But if you're not a skateboarder, how are you going to feel about having to pay
Yes,
$500 taxes for
I
something
hope-
you don't do?
I hope
No,
that.
I'd kind of resent it, but I resent schools now. I'm not a parent.
Hi, boys and girls, we're back. So what? If y'all said anything interesting during all that,
Yeah, we always do.
yeah. Well, let me tell you something. You know what we got here? See what I have here in my.
That's for
cup?
you, right?
Well, yeah. Let me see. Let's see if I can zoom in just a bit here and get a little bit of a shot of it. Okay, right here in my cup, I have a tea bag. You notice that we don't often see a tea bag here on the at the tea party. We have a few tea bags around, but we don't often use them. But this was a new tea bag that was given to me recently, and this is the big red robe in a tea bag, as far as I know, never done before. And this is the one of the first packets out of the factory. I understand that they're assembled here in America, but it's tea from Wuyi Mountain, and it's the big red robe in a tea bag. And so I was gifted one of these, and I'll be drinking one. So that's why I didn't make it for everybody, but I'll be making a pot full over there, not from the tea bags, but you know.
There is a problem with a skateboarding town. We're suggesting a town controlled by skateboarders. And there's a problem with that, is that most of the skateboarders are minors, and minors don't have the kind of mobility that people do that aren't minors.
You know,
Minors can't choose what town to live in general.
But
They
then,
have
you
to
know,
live in a
okay,
mining town, don't they?
The other kind of minors, people under 18, juveniles.
Oh. Let's see.
But it still goes back to, of a form of segregation and using politics as a way of saying, well, it's for political power. It goes back to, again, what I was saying, that we need to all learn to live together. Just because you may not like something that someone else does, as long as it doesn't affect you, you don't make it illegal. But now, I understand the reasons for them not wanting to skateboard in downtown and stuff like that, because, like I said, it's a safety issue.
So you're against skaters?
No, but I do think. But to give you an example, in the '60s when it started in my hometown, they would take certain days and they would close off certain hill roads so that we had times that we could. I mean, after hours of school, Saturdays, Sundays, and they could do that here in Asheville. They got some killer hills, but at the same time, how'd you like to be driving your car and you're being safe? Next thing you know, you're coming around the corner is someone who's may have lost control of their skateboard, and now they're coming head on at you because they're on a road that Town Mountain Road is it has very little room as far as to the side.
We have skaters that lose control of their skateboards.
I'm not
And
worried
part
about
of
it.
skateboard.
It's never happened to me. I've been around skateboarders. Never happened to me. I'm just not worried about it. It's happened to me on a ski slope, where people have lost their skis and they've come down the hill. But even that wasn't a big problem. I just pick up my ski and I stomp on it as it comes by. And
I bet you haven't
stop it.
I bet you haven't skateboarded on one of these skateboards that have the big wheels on them yet, have you? The great big boards, like that long
they're
with the big wheels
Like
on
the
them.
off-road ones?
Oh yeah.
Those you can lose control of those in a minute. You get those on those hills right there are so fast. It's like you can't slow down. It's like
And there is no brake.
panic. Yeah.
But if I'm not the person on
That's
it,
a-
the
that's
person
a
on it
daredevil.
bails it off, and I can
Okay,
still
so
stop
here-
it. I can still
so
stop
here-
it by stomping on
So
it.
here's this 12-year-old kid coming down the hill. He loses control of the skateboard. It hits away in such a way that it goes through your windshield. Okay, now again, like I said, the insurance issue. The parents don't have insurance that covers the kid wherever they go. If their kid goes out and say their skateboard breaks somebody's window, either the homeowner's got to write it off on his insurance and take a raise in his insurance, or the parents got to come out with it out of pocket.
Compared to cars,
Oh, boy.
Compared to cars, it's such a minor issue. The skateboarding safety issue is so minor compared to automotive safety issues that it's just silly to even.
Well, the issue was about we seceding from the union, and you with this group should go here.
You think
and this group
skateboarders
should
should
go there.
secede from the union?
Oh, I think they've already.
I don't think it's necessary. I think they can just secede from the town, from the city of Asheville.
They've done. They've certainly seceded from the control of the police department and things like that of the city of Asheville.
Yeah, but they're still in Asheville.
Yeah.
They're not in Woodfin. They might take over Woodfin. I mean,
there you go.
the whole
So you-
Woodfin plan. I don't know if the
But do they have
skateboarders,
the kind of
they might need an
deal, but
ally. If the
they don't have
skateboarders
the-
and the gays all move to Woodfin, you could have a skateboarder and gay Woodfin.
All the gay skateboarders move to
All the
Woodfin,
gay skateboarders
but
move
they
to
don't
Woodfin.
have the
No,
quality
not both.
of
It has to
hill
be either.
in
Yeah,
Woodfin that we have here in
we got
Asheville.
the better
So I
hills.
think it's just the opposite.
No,
I think
Asheville's
everybody
bigger.
except the skateboarders and the gays should move to Woodfin.
I believe
I agree.
there's more conservatives in Asheville than there is in Woodfin.
The whole point is you can't, all right, let's say, out of sake argument, let's say all the skateboarders someone comes up and says, let's all move to Arizona.
Yeah.
But let's say I don't like Arizona and I'm a skateboarder.
Well,
Let's
I don't
say-
like the
let's say-
Freetown
let's say-
project is in
wait,
New
wait.
Hampshire,
First
right?
of
It's
all-
cold.
First of all, you'd have to get all the skateboarders to agree on a place to go.
Yeah.
Or like you said,
That's
you
right,
have
it's
to get all the
important.
blacks who want to bring the power in their community into agreeing all to pick up all that they have, all that
They have to
own,
agree on
and
a
start
community, yeah.
all over in a new location. It would never work. Plus, all right, you may be, let's say you're a machinist here, and everybody moves to South Carolina, like you said. But there may not be no machinist jobs there in South Carolina.
Well, that's right. You have to diversify your jobs, and that's a problem
Oh,
because
that I agree.
you have to have a
Everybody-
machinist union, and the machinist union can't do that because then everybody in that town's a machinist, and the town needs somebody other than a machinist.
Yeah, or
the
again-
town needs a
again-
carpenter, and a
again,
town full
there
of
you go.
machinists.
If all the machinists
you
decide
can't
to
do it
move to one
jobs, yeah.
town, like you said, you have no plumbers, no carpenters. You just have machinists.
That's right.
You have to have for America to be America.
And in particular,
Okay,
you have no cost.
understand. For America to be America, the melting pot of the world. What does melting pot mean? It means you take all of it, and you heat it up, and you allow it all to melt and to become. It's like steel. Steel is a lot of components.
Right. I would have moved on a
Melt it
political
together.
basis. I would have get away from that. I would have get away from melting pot.
So you want to go back to segregation.
Political segregation, yes.
Segregation is segregation. What the title do you put? Like you
And
said,
not forced
no,
either.
no.
This is self-motivated. Self-motivated segregation.
So
Well, what if people don't want to do it? Because apparently they don't.
Well, more and more people do. I'd have to do this on email because I have references. I have links to websites that show how people do. There's an ABC News piece where that said, called it the Great Source, where conservatives were moving to conservative towns and liberals were moving to liberal towns, and they cited a liberal town in
so that means that poor liberal who lives
New
those
Jersey,
poor liberals
somewhere
who
in
live
the New
in
Jersey
that town
suburbs.
have no
Hello,
power
everybody.
to say,
Hi, I'm
hey,
so glad you
got a
came.
couple people that are
Won't
gonna
you
be
find
singing
yourself
some
a
bands
nice
at,
seat
over the
there's
conservative
one
town.
called Uncle
Fatback?
Tom.
Uncle Sam? No.
Uncle
Funkle Sam.
Funkle Fam?
Funkle Sam.
Funkle Sam.
Because he's very funky.
Okay, no.
Well, this
Funkle
is
Sam is
here's the
a
theme.
band.
We have
I
a
got
theme
some
for
video up
today's
there, I'll
show,
have to see.
and since you know King John L. Robinson, you can you can join right in.
Well, of course, what if you're a U.S. loyalist and you're in the autonomous zone?
Yeah. What about that?
Right.
No.
What's
while
that? That's
it's
very
there.
full.
Once
you're-
again,
it's
all I
not
have to
patriot.
say.
I get
Matt,
that. No, I get that one
Matt,
first. I've been
that's
waiting
very
on
full.
that.
All
That's
right,
very
all
full.
right,
It's
all right.
Yeah,
very
you've been waiting.
full.
See, I
Go
even
for
have
it.
my sugar for it.
Okay.
Go for it.
Once again, I just repeat the words landlocked nation state.
Yes,
I said the same thing.
Yeah, I don't.
he did. He said that. Yeah.
That South
He might
Carolina.
have used different
South Carolina
words.
is not.
I think
landlocked.
he used different
I
words. I
appreciate
think he
that.
said viewshed or
I wanted
something.
to have the first.
But
No, that's not.
It's been a while
not
since I've been
landlocked.
here.
It's,
I know, but
there's ocean view.
we have a landlocked viewshed.
If you had a really ugly barge,
fluffy
right, and you
things.
you anchored it in front of the beachfront homes, you'd be in there.
Yeah, I got it.
What if you were in? What were you if you were in a bar and there was
barge?
No. What if you were in a bar and there was a no? That's not very ready yet. It just got poured. Just anyway, you can have it. I don't mind. What if you were in a bar and you were sitting at the bar and there was a beautiful woman sitting down at the other end of the bar and you were observing her and then someone came and sat right in your view shed?
Excellent.
That's right. Somebody sat between me and the
I
girl.
have
Right,
no say on
right.
who.
And
I
one
got-
of your
and I got
right,
that.
Dungeon
Yeah, right.
Dragon.
And you're
Right, do
like-
I-
and
I don't
do
do
I-
the
and you're like
JJ's
giving it
guy
this,
that
you
has
know,
the final say.
Right. So do
I'll
I
take
have
it with what you got,
do I have
though.
the
I
right
can put
to
in-
push
I
this
can
guy
put in
out
a
of
word
my
for
way?
somebody.
Because he's
Put in a
he's
word for a couple
interrupting my
bands,
vision.
but
and I say no. I don't.
in terms of like
Yeah,
determining the
well,
lineup,
sure.
that's not
okay.
actually my department.
Okay.
My dungeon
Right.
is somewhat
Let's see some.
compartmentalized, but I'll
You got
definitely take a
a
look.
blue red room, big
Like
red room.
JJ pretty much reels in all the bands.
Okay, well,
Ben is has like final responsibility for the technical ends of things, and I'm just the designated mouthpiece.
You're gonna be tomorrow night, right? For the Glow Lady.
Yes.
Okay. Just in case I may be running a little behind, I have to go to the VA for some more dental work.
I'll
But I
be there.
should be. But I should be back in
No.
time. My mouth may be numb, so I won't be doing no talking. so
Coming
don't
in
worry about
today, 1923 was backed up for as far as I could see. It was a real phenomenon. You know what I mean?
Which direction?
Both directions, as a matter of fact. One direction going one way and one direction going the other way. I backed up the ramp and got off, and I'm usually not one to back up the ramp, but I had a TV show to do, and I had to take the little
must
roads.
go on.
I had to do the little roads around. So I looked at it and I said, this does not look like a good idea.
Yeah.
So I did. I backed up the ramp and made a few people mad. Didn't actually dent anybody's car, and then went around. And then when I got back on the next exit down, it was moving again. But the other lane then was backed up on that
Probably
one.
some accident somewhere around between the two exits or something.
Yeah, something that apparently traversed both sides of the highway. Whatever it was, stopped traffic on both sides of the highway. Perhaps they had a license check or one of those Gestapo movements going on. They were,
I can't at this time of day on the highway.
who would suspect this time of?
I mean, the only reason I'd think that they do something like that is if there's some dangerous criminal on the loose or something like that. I've seen them do that, but that was at least what
They've
they were
heard
saying.
the monk
They're
is
just-
out.
They were saying that they were just looking for somebody. I mean, I can't imagine they do like the random license check sort of thing this time of day for any other reason. Because I mean, when you start messing with traffic flow this time of day, you start messing with commerce, and the man
That's
don't
true.
want to mess with commerce.
That's true.
Right, people doing their TV shows and
Yeah.
such as that. Yeah.
Wait, they're doing a license check? Is that why they?
Oh, I made that up.
yeah,
I don't
Probably
think they're-
it was probably an accident. I
Probably
never
an
saw what it
accident.
was.
Yeah.
I have seen them. I once many years ago, and this is driving through New York State, but me and a buddy and I were driving along, and they did actually have like a checkpoint on the highway, but supposedly like a couple dangerous dudes had just broken out in the vicinity or something like that, and that's why they said they were doing that. So
By 1923, you're talking about northbound, the one that's now called Future 26.
Perhaps it is.
Yeah, the one that goes to Weaverville and
That's it.
Woodfin. Yeah, the superhighway one. Because then they have westbound. That's
Weaverville and Woodfin.
yeah.
I live in Woodfin.
Yeah, thanks to the VA.
No, I live in Weaverville.
Very caring doctors and
Yeah, Weaverville. That's further out.
hygienist.
So that would
Getting
be-
my teeth done.
Yeah, that's the one you're talking about.
And
Yeah.
she asked me if I wanted
Because
to
it
keep
also
my
is
teeth, and I said
westbound
yes.
Patton Ave,
That would
Smoky
be
Park
nice.
Highway.
They're
They
really
go by the
focusing
same
on helping
definition.
me do it.
Yeah,
I had no
designation.
bone loss, which is he's like, wow.
Wow, that is good.
Oh yeah.
I
Which-
I don't think I'd enjoy bone loss. That sounds bad.
Well, the good thing about not having bone loss is like with this. All right, there's two routes that they have to take out here, but then they'll be able to bridge it real easy, or you can have the implants done.